Hello, my name is Didi Anofienem, and I'm the author of the fantasy Essien of Alkebulan book series, available everywhere books are sold. And today I'm going to be reading from some of my favorite excerpts. The sound is going crazy. Let me turn it down. All right, so this excerpt comes from page 199. The silver figure continued to hover above the water as the ripples slowly subsided. A bubble appeared on top of the water, settling there for a second before bursting. The figure began to sink back down into the water and spread out like an oil slick on top. It drifted down into the water until there was nothing but the surface of the still lake, as flat and motionless as it had always been. A silence descended, softer and gentler than before, a silence of waiting with pregnant expectation. The wind didn't blow at all this deep in the jungle. Even the vines hung in stillness. All at once, the jungle seemed to tremble and crack from deep within its surface. Rocks crashed down from mountain peaks, tree roots pulled up grass and dirt and squirming worms. A lightning flash split the sky in two, but rain did not fall. No one was awake to wonder what had taken place. No one was awake to touch themselves in the motion of a hasty prayer. The ground shook, but the silver blue water remained still. Time passed. Purple and blue wisps raced over the face of the moon. Then, a figure began to rise from the surface of the lake, so slowly as to be almost unmoving. A head of sorts, shoulders, then a second head close by, a second set of shoulders rising up alongside the first. Two figures rising above the lake in a silvery sheen of water that molted and transformed in a rolling wave contained. The second figure was much shorter and smaller than the first. It began to walk forward, stepping across the water as across a solid path. The figure got to the edge of the lake and looked back over its shoulder. Both figures stared at each other with faces that were not faces. The second figure finally stepped off the edge of the water onto solid ground as the first figure, still hovering over the water, exploded in a scattering of water that sprayed in every direction. A drop hit the face of the second figure and was absorbed instantly. Then, water fell like a cascade into a puddle, and Essien stood shivering in the cool air.